These people must be Bogdanov's grandparents. Could the little boy in the middle be Vasily? It looks like a text, I suppose. Handwritten? Maybe it is in Russian and left over from his days there. And a 7-digit number at the bottom. I should capture these, just in case.
Hi, Monica. I'm back.
Hello, Officer Wallace. Good to see you again.
When did you last see Mr. Bogdanov?
I saw him on Friday evening. As I was leaving, he was busy working in his office. I'm sure he was doing something very important.
Did he exhibit any unusual behavior that day?
Unusual in what way?
What I mean is, did he do anything that was not ordinary?
No, he was himself on Friday. Nothing out of the ordinary that I recall.
What's your job description here?
I'm a junior sales clerk. However, I was supposed to be promoted to senior level, but with the changes in management, I don't know when it will happen.
Why do you think they will postpone your promotion? Isn't it merit-based?
Of course it is merit-based, but you see, Mr. Bogdanov had secretly promised that I would be promoted.
So, nobody else knows about it?
No, he told me to keep it confidential. Mum's the word.
Did you know Mr. Bogdanov was a recent immigrant?
Oh, no, I was not aware of that.
He immigrated from Russia only 3 years ago.
Is that right? I never would have guessed.
Why not?
Oh, Mr. Bogdanov was so sophisticated and he fit in so well.
In what ways did he fit in?
Professionally, he was the most ambitious boss I've ever met. He had a very strong work ethic and he was dedicated to being successful. I think he was like any other union businessman.
So the thought never crossed your mind that Mr. Bogdanov might have been an immigrant?
Never. He was nothing like the sufferers we see on the holovision. I'm quite surprised by this news. Oh, I'm very sorry again, Officer Wallace, but some customers are in need of my immediate attention.
No, not again.
My job may be in jeopardy if I don't respond swiftly.
This is the last time, young lady. I won't be so patient with you again.
Oh, thank you again, Officer Wallace.
I can't believe she did it to me again. Monica is really starting to annoy me.
Hello, can I ask you a few more questions?
Certainly.
Would you describe Mr. Bogdanov as being grateful to have escaped his homeland?
For sure he was.
What made you answer this way?
Despite his social inadequacies, by coming to the Union, he was now able to have his most basic needs met. The ones that are required for safe living. These basic needs were not consistently provided for him while he was living in Russia. Once he even referred to Russia as the cursed land.
Do you think he experienced a fulfilling life here?
I would say he started to have a fulfilling life here in the Union. I do not believe he could have this kind of fulfillment in Russia, in the absence of the very basic survival needs. Unfortunately, because of his untimely death, he never reached his fulfillment potential.
Did Mr. Bogdanov easily adapt to the laws of the Union?
I think he did, except for the problems regarding his fitness.
Even the rules about economic thinking and altruism?
He seemed to be able to cope with the altruism reasonably well. It probably has a lot to do with not having any close companions left behind. As far as economic thinking is concerned, I think he had a natural gift.
In your professional opinion, did Mr. Bogdanov have any psychological problems due to his struggle to fit in?
He had minor sex-related problems, but in general I felt that he was heading in the right direction. Twice during our sessions, he displayed flashes of very inappropriate behavior. But, from a scientific point of view, I chose to ignore these flashes, just like I would ignore a random noise in a radio signal.
Inappropriate behavior? Can you tell me what he did?
I can't get into the specifics due to doctor-patient confidentiality privilege. They were just irrational behaviors that can be only explained by science as random. They happened very few times. Scientifically, they can be ignored as random errors.
Was Mr. Bogdanov responding well to your therapy sessions?
Yes, he was. He seemed very happy about having a real therapist. In a way, he felt proud and privileged.
Why do you think he felt proud and privileged?
It had to do with social status. Because he was finally able to receive therapy from a real doctor, as opposed to computer-generated counseling. It gave him the illusion of reaching the level of a devotee. This kind of illusion is a healthy one, as you know, since it is driven by pure greed.
In your professional opinion, was Mr. Bogdanov capable of reaching devotee status?
In my opinion, yes. He would have reached the devotee status, despite his physical and intellectual inadequacies. Mr. Bogdanov possessed this unusual drive to make it big.
I feel that I've gathered all the necessary information for my case already, Dr. Capello. I shouldn't be taking more of your time.
Sure, as you wish.
Thanks for all your help.
You're welcome.
Phew. My head is spinning from all the deep analysis.
Hello, Katie. How are you doing now?
I'm doing better, I guess. I'm still shaken.
Can I ask you some more questions?
Certainly.
Did you encourage him to see a therapist about your recent quarrels?
As a matter of fact, I asked him to have joint sessions with a therapist of his choice, at my expense. But he said it wasn't necessary.
Did you seek help from your therapist?
Yes, I was very anxious to straighten the problem out. But my therapist was unable to help without Vasily's presence as well.
Did your quarrels center around anything specific?
No, the topics were never consistent. In the recent month, he became so volatile and unpredictable. He would start shouting for the stupidest reasons.
He was actually shouting at you?
Yes, but I truly believe it was beyond his control. He used to be so nice.
Why did you choose to become a teacher?
Well, it was my advisor who discovered my paternal and nurturing skills and encouraged me to become a teacher. And I've been very pleased with my choice. How about you? Why did you become a peace officer?
Oh, it is a very long story. Let me just say, Ms. Rottenmeier had a lot to do with it.
In what way?
She told me I had extraordinary analytical skills, but lacked the persuasive skills to become a successful business executive. In plain English, I have a low emotional quotient. I suppose I could have been a good scientist if I had a high enough intelligence quotient.
Don't be so hard on yourself, sweetheart. I'm sure you're really good at what you do. Our system ensures that every citizen finds the right job to fulfill their potential.
During their quarrels, was he still using politically correct manners?
No, he would shout at me, as if he'd forgotten everything he'd learned at the Immigration Academy. Then he would mumble in Russian. I think he even may have been cursing at me.
As in foul language?
Yes. To think that my Vasily could stoop to such low levels, I had to stop seeing him.
I think I have all the information I need from you about my case, Kati. Thanks for all your time.
Glad to be of service to the system.
If I didn't know better, I would say that Mr. Bogdanov was going totally wacko. But that's not possible in our tranquil system. Besides, it would show on his quarterly psychological evaluation. I don't need to talk to her right now.
Hi, Sandra.
Phoebe, my best friend. What's up?
Oh, nothing. Let's have a drink after work, all right?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh, cut it out. I'm not in the mood.
At the cafe?
Sure. See ya. Hello, Pierre. Do you have some time for a few questions?
I guess I do. Whatever.
What was your business relationship with Mr. Bogdanov?
Well, we were partners, of course.
And who had the upper hand?
We were beyond that, Phoenix. We had a common understanding that neither one of us had the upper hand.
So, I assume it was a 50-50 partnership.
That's it. We split everything, even Steven.
So, who was responsible for what in this partnership?
Well, we were like the two halves of an apple. I would provide creativity, and he'd deal with sales and marketing.
And I suppose these two halves completed the apple?
Yeah, you could say that. Hey, you're smarter than you look.
Thank you for the kind words, Pierre. You have a way of making a woman feel fabulous.
My pleasure, Phoenix. And let me tell you, I don't compliment every woman I come across.
I'm so flattered, Pierre. I don't know what to say.
You just let me know if you want me to make you feel even better. They don't call me Hot Pants for nothing.
What is your area of specialty in art?
I'm really good at experimental abstract 3D formations.
Oh, that sounds complicated.
Oh, yeah, it sure is.
So, what exactly do you create?
I create objects d'art. All sorts of them.
Do you mind if I take a look at some of your objet d'art?
Be my guest, doll. I'll show you anything you want to see. My art and beyond.
Thanks. I'll take a look on my way out.
You can take a look right now. It's all here.
What's all here?
Come on, baby. You're looking at it.
I think I understand what you're referring to, and I regret to say I'm here for official business only.
Have it your way, you stick in the mud. It's your loss.
Pierre, I need some fresh air. Maybe we'll continue our chat some other day.
Sure.
I cannot believe it. Can it get more disgusting than this? I've got to get out of here. Oh, I gotta go now. That must be Miss Alhayani.
Hi, Ingrid.
Hello, Phoenix. How are you today?
Very well, thank you. And you?
Very good.
Where are the novices from this year?
Generally from Russia and the Middle East. We do not have many Chinese.
I don't understand why we get Chinese novices anyhow. Isn't there a big immigration academy in Hong Kong?
Well, there sure is. However, China is very big. From what I understand, it is less difficult for some Chinese to travel west through the Union-controlled Central Asia than to Russia, as opposed to reaching Hong Kong. You know, the Chinese are not happy at all about the new Hong Kong lease of the 2030s.
Why aren't they happy about the lease?
You see, there was a previous Hong Kong lease for 99 years, between 1898 till 1997. Then, Hong Kong joined back to China. But when China got into a war with India and Russia over Tibet, they had to borrow funds from the Union, which they could not pay back in time. Then the Union and the Chinese leaders agreed on the compromise, a second lease of Hong Kong for another 99 years.
So they paid their debt with a new lease. Why are they upset over it?
I think it hurt their pride more than anything else.
I need to get going. Hello, Ms. Alhayani. My name is Phoenix Wallace. I'm a senior peace officer here at the center. I will be conducting your security screening interview. Did I pronounce your name right?
Oh, just call me Shakira, Officer Wallace.
Okay, Shakira. Now, I'm going to give you a small brief about the procedure.
Sure.
You're here today because you passed all necessary tests required for you to become a World Union citizen.
Yes, I know. I'm so happy.
I can see that. I'm here today to evaluate your citizenship application from a security perspective.
Sure. I'll show you that I am no threat to the Union. I admire everything about it.
I'm sure you do. But we need to evaluate your fitness to our society from a security point of view.
I understand, Officer Wallace. I can only imagine how bad people are trying to force their way into the Union.
Yes, they are. Shall we start?
I'm ready.
Can you tell me about your biological family?
Sure. My biological father is a local merchant. My bio mother is a housewife, and I'm their only child.
And where were you born?
I was born and raised in Beirut.
Did you have a pleasant childhood?
Oh, yes. My parents sent me to the best schools. My English was perfect when I arrived here, you know. There are so many applicants. They come here, and they don't even understand English. I mean, hello?
They learn it pretty fast with the accelerated programs, though, don't they?
Well, of course they do. But they always have this really thick accent. Oh, I love your accent. I wish I could talk like you someday.
I'm sure you will. Is your biological family rich?
Oh, yes, they are. That's how I could afford the Immigration Academy.
I see. What is your vision of the World Union?
It's simply the best place to be. I love the fashion there. It changes so rapidly. I can simply spend my entire time shopping.
You like shopping, huh?
Yes, of course. Who doesn't?
Did you get to shop a lot in Beirut?
Sure. As I mentioned, my biological father was a merchant. He had access to almost everything.
Including illegal trade?
No, of course not. Although, I have to admit, he used to trade tobacco products. It's legal in the Arab League, you know.
Used to? He doesn't do it anymore?
No. He's heavily involved with the trade in the World Union now. and his trade partners brought the condition of not trading substances that the union considers illegal.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. He is now a World Union certified trading partner.
What is the first thing you want to do in the World Union?
I want to shop till I drop.
Do you know where you want to live?
I was thinking London or Paris. What do you think?
Those are fabulous cities to live in, but they're also very expensive.
That's okay. I brought a lot of money with me.
What about work?
I'll find something to do. I'm not worried.
What's your educational background in?
I studied English language.
What career are you planning to pursue in the Union?
I'm not sure. What do you think I should do?
Well, how can I make a scientific comment about it? I don't know your qualifications.
Oh. I am very good at English.
That is very good, but so are many others.
I'm very good at spending money.
Maybe you can have a career in retail, as a buyer.
I would need to go to school for that, right? Boring. Oh well, I'm sure I'll find something.
What was the best part of the Immigration Academy?
Classes, I suppose.
Which ones in particular?
Well, what can I say? Physical education was my favorite. I'm very fit, you know. I used to run 1500.
1500? That's the toughest track race. How good were you?
My best was 4 minutes 10.
Wow, it's a very respectable pace. I am impressed.
Well, my coaches said I could have done much better. But it started to get boring. Constantly doing laps around the track. It eventually gets to you. You know?
What is your definition of happiness?
Happiness is freely floating around and buying whatever you want.
Can you elaborate?
I want to be free and go wherever I want without any interruptions from my biological parents. And I have the money. I want to spend it any way I want.
What about partners and friends?
Yeah, they make me happy too. But they never last long. My sexual partners are usually not good enough for me.
Did you have multiple partners in Beirut?
Of course. It was so easy to get what you want from guys. They are all the same, you know, wherever you go in the world.
Tell me about the conditions in Beirut.
Beirut? It's okay, but it's small. There aren't many places to go.
So it wasn't bad after all?
Of course not. They used to call it the Paris of the East, don't you know?
No, I didn't. Did you enjoy living there?
It was all right, but not good enough for me. I know I can have a much better life here, in the Union.
Right. Why did you decide to immigrate to the World Union?
I needed more space, you know?
That's it? You needed more space?
Of course not. Also my parents, my bio parents, were starting to get on my nerves.
Why? What were they doing?
Well, they wanted me to get married. I mean, get into a nuptial agreement.
Did they make demands on you?
Sure, plenty. It is a part of the rogue state reality. Gotta get a nuptial agreement. I was having a lot of fun, as it was. Getting married was the last thing I wanted to do.
Did you live with your biological family in Beirut?
Yes, unfortunately I did.
Can you elaborate?
Well, we had a big house and all, but still, I had to report to my bio parents all the time. It was so boring.
You couldn't leave the house?
Of course I could, but I had to consult with them all the time.
You must be joking.
No, I had to consult with my biological parents for anything.
Were they mean to you?
Oh no, never. But still, it was some kind of torture, I suppose.
Well, I think I can see that. And let me tell you that your days as a sufferer are over. My indicators show that you are fit to live in the Union Society. You have no obstacles to become a Union citizen. Congratulations, Shakira.
Oh, thank you, officer. Thank you very much.
Phew. I managed that one okay. I need to be very careful about what to report to Chief Morrison. And those warrants, I know they will be a very important part of my investigation. She was so indifferent to life. Doesn't exactly know what she wants to do. But that's okay. She'll make a good citizen. There. All done. There's always so much to do with these reports. This door leads to an ancient library, full of archaic books. Some are even handwritten. Many of these books are left from the glory times of the great religions. Poor people. They didn't even have the right to choose their religion. Whereas now, people can choose the religion they want from thousands of New Age religion kits. Wow, look at all those dusty books. I wonder if I can find anything useful here to translate that handwritten scribble. That looks like an ancient dictionary. I should capture this image. Maybe I can use it to decipher the text I found behind Bogdanov's photo. What should I wear? I need to get going, or else I'm going to be late for my meeting with Sandra.
Hi, Sandra.
Hi, dear.
Hello, would you like to look at a menu today?
No, we're just here for a coffee.
We got Colombian Gold, or if you prefer a milder coffee, we have Hawaiian Tropic.
I'll go for the Hawaiian Tropic, please.
With cream.
Yes, please.
Will that be all?
Uh-huh.
Thank you. I'll be right back.
So, tell me, how's the big Marine?
He's fine, but I don't think our relationship is going anywhere.
Phoenix, when are you gonna stop taking your relationships so seriously?
I'm not taking them so seriously.
But you are. How long have you been sexual partners now?
About 6 months.
Have you had any other sexual partners in the meantime?
No.
Well, there you go. How many union women do you think stick to a single sexual partner over a 6-month period?
I don't know. Not many, I guess.
Not many? How about none?
But that doesn't mean I'm taking Jean-Michel seriously.
Did you even sleep together?
Yes, we did.
I don't understand why you don't find more partners like him.
Why should I? There's nothing special about Jean-Michel.
No, brother. You're missing the entire point. But whatever. I'm tired of discussing it with you.
Did I tell you that I've been to Stardust?
No, you didn't. But I can tell you this. It's the worst place to go for a date.
Really? But it's a very trendy place. Just your style.
Well, it may be trendy, but it's not my style.
And why not?
Well, I've been there once. All the men were acting strange. They didn't even glance in my direction. I felt invisible.
Oh, poor Sandra. Now you know how I feel in trendy places sometimes.
Stop teasing and get to the point. Where did this Stardust subject come from?
Evidently, Bogdanov frequented this club.
Really? Says who?
Fabian, the bartender at the Stardust. He told me that Bogdanov spent a lot of time there just before his death. Oh, did I tell you that one of the Thing Store clerks was apparently intimate with Bogdanov?
No, but I'm all ears.
This girl, Monica, tells me that Bogdanov used to caress her while she worked in order to inspire her.
I can't even imagine being touched by an immigrant. And she let him caress her? Yuck.
And I have a feeling they didn't stop there.
Oh, Phoenix. I don't think I want to hear more of this. I might throw up.
Come on, you sleep with the people you work with all the time. What's so upsetting about Monica sleeping with her boss? Doesn't everybody?
Yeah, but sleeping with a guy that motivates you by caressing? How repulsive.
Poor Mr. Bogdanov. He was very hard up.
Oh, sounds like a man I want to meet.
I don't mean it that way, Sandra. The guy didn't have many sexual partners because women were turned off by his physical appearance.
I guess. He should have worked out harder at the gym. Maybe he lacked the motivation to be fit.
According to Capello, he didn't have any motivational problems. In fact, he was so determined to be accepted by the society.
So what did he do about it?
He found an alternative to compensate for his physical inadequacy. The man desperately wanted to get rich. He became very greedy.
Ooh, I like that. Let me tell you, honey, a man's physical appearance becomes irrelevant if he has an arrivee tattoo on his forehead.
Sandra, think of a man that you really like.
Okay, that's an easy thing for me to do. Why?
Just listen. What if that man started showing you excessive attention? What would you do?
Show excessive attention to me? What a turnoff. Come on, no union man would do something like that.
What if he did?
Well, I'd probably run the other way. Is there a point to this?
Yes. This is the reason why Mr. Bogdanov was so alone. He tried so hard to be Prince Charming, but the women were repulsed by his behavior.
My word. He was both unattractive and overbearing. What a combination.
Oh, that Mr. Bogdanov was really a sorry case.
Who are you talking about? The dead immigrant?
Yes, he was struggling with many aspects of union life.
Can you be more specific?
He apparently wasn't in such good physical shape.
Then again, who is Phoebe? I gained a half a kilo over the last 3 months.
I'm not talking about half a kilo. This man was way over the limit.
Way over the limit? You mean he was obese?
To put it politely, yes.
I don't even want to imagine this man with his clothes off. Wasn't he going to the gym?
Of course he was. But he just wasn't getting the results. Are you sure you didn't know this Bogdanov man?
I told you I didn't. What's up with him now?
Well, the reason I'm asking is because he had a tendency to hang out at very expensive places. Apparently, he had developed very sophisticated taste.
Sounds like my kind of man. Too bad he died.
I thought you didn't like immigrants.
Well, if he has enough dough to hang out in elite and expensive places, I just might be persuaded. Where did you say he was hanging out?
I didn't. He used to frequent the Stardust.
The Stardust? You're joking me.
You know that place?
Sure. It's predominantly male club. They have a fantastic bar and stunning dancers. Guys love it there. I once went there with one of my dates, and he didn't even look at me.
That I find hard to believe. Sandra, have you heard of Mata Hari?
Is it a new martial art? You know, Phoebe, I have nothing to do with that kind of violent stuff. That's your department.
It is not a martial art. It's a woman's name.
What kind of name is that? It must be Eastern.
I don't know its origin, but the Mata Hari I'm talking about is a dancer at the Stardust.
No, I don't know her. She may be a dancer at the Stardust, but obviously she doesn't hang out with the jet setters, or I would remember that name.
Apparently, Mr. Bogdanov was fascinated by her. Dr. Capello indicated Mata Hari was like a goddess to Mr. Bogdanov.
I wonder if the feelings were mutual.
Apparently not. I was finally able to get Larissa Lucan to talk to me again.
Great. You must have charmed her with your gift of gab.
No, actually, I had a tip from the chief.
Oh, what did that blob have to say?
Stop calling her that. She is my boss, and she's very good at her work.
She's still a blob. So tell me, what was her tip?
She advised me to take her to a more pleasant environment. So, I invited her to have a coffee at the Pyramid.
And I bet she jumped on that offer.
Yes, she seemed very grateful for the offer.
These immigrants are so easily impressed. I guess it has to do with their lack of sophistication.
You can be so hard on people.
Lighten up, Phoebe. It's just a fact.
Sandra, I need to leave now. Talk to you tomorrow then.
Sure. See ya.
Hello, Fabian. It's me again.
Oh, welcome back, Officer Wallace.
It seems to me that you and Mr. Bogdanov got along very well and had a lot to talk about.
I guess you can say that, Officer Wallace. He was a good customer and a great person.
How can you tell he was a great person?
He was always very warm and friendly. Also, he was very generous, if you know what I mean. By the way, Miss Wallace, excuse me for not asking earlier, would you care for a refreshing cocktail?
I guess I could. It's a good time for a cocktail.
Yes, it is. I suggest our special of the day.
Which is?
Our new fabulous mix called Sunset at Sarasota.
Sounds intriguing. I'll take one.
With pleasure. Let me prepare it for you.
Oh, that looks awesome. How much do I owe you?
That would be $10, ma'am.
PA, pay the Stardust Club $25.
Thank you, very generous of you. I am at your service anytime, Officer Wallace.
Did Mr. Bogdanov ever mention his relationships with his friends?
Sure, he was a man with connections.
What do you mean, connections?
It seemed that Mr. Bogdanov could connect with anybody. The man made friends like bees make honey.
Is that right?
Yeah, I called him the social butterfly. He could be at a different table each night. He could buddy up with even our most reserved clients here.
Very interesting to hear that. Which social group do your clients usually belong to?
They are mostly devotees, la crème de la crème of our union.
That's interesting. Do you know the HDI of Mr. Bogdanov?
Well, he never mentioned it, but he was a devotee, wasn't he?
As a matter of fact, he was a disciple with an HDI index of only 70.
Good one, Officer Wallace. I like your sense of humor.
I'm not trying to be funny.
What? I've been a bartender for 20 years. I know how to tell a devotee from a disciple.
You heard me right. The number is 70.
I'll be damned. He sure had me fooled. But how can you explain his comfortable manners with all the devotees? They don't tend to let you in their circle unless you are one of them.
Your guess is as good as mine. Was there anything in particular that Mr. Bogdanov liked about this place?
Well, of course there are me and my cocktails. But then again, I need to admit the main attractions are not behind the bar here.
Really? What are the main attractions?
We have fabulous dance shows at late hours. Officer Wallace and all of our clients watch these shows fervently.
Fervently? Any particular reason?
Sure, we have the best dancers in Eastern Europe.
What kind of dancers?
Oh, we have dancers with many different dancing styles. Modern, classical, exotic, you name it.
I should check them out sometime.
You are certainly welcome to, but you won't be as impressed as our male clientele.
And why not?
Because our dancers are exclusively women, and voluptuous they are.
Sounds very appealing, if you happen to be a man. Thanks for the information. I shouldn't take more of your time today, but I might come back with more questions later.
Certainly, Officer Wallace.
Hello again, big guy.
Excuse me, madame?
Oh, nothing. How are you today?
Fine. And you?
I'm marvelous.
Enjoy your time at the club.
Thanks, big guy. See you. He's very tempting. Well, maybe when I'm done with my case.
What should I wear?